What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another How to Play. Today, I want to be talking about For the Win's own Addison Willman's 16th place Nomu deck on the online RLE. So basically what this video is we're going to talk about the deck list overview, the strategy and tactics of the deck, and then what the deck list recap does. So here's the overview. So Nomu is a 5-hand size character with 35 health. This deck was being played off of the Earth symbol. It's good to see the Earth symbol coming back. Response, commit 1 foundation before the damage is unblocked attack. Reduce its damage to 6. And so if you choose not to block any 35 damage move, it comes down to 6. And then enhance, basically double the damage of any of your moves. So the basic deck strategy that we have for Nomu is in 3 parts. Heavy hands, your moves hit hard. We want 4s and 5 diffs because they get +4/+5 damage. Burst building, being a 5-hand size character and forcing yourself to have a busy active stage means that the cards in your stage, you need to build as many cards in your stage as possible. And then lastly, being a 5-hander is lame. We want to see how many cards we can have both on the stage as well as in our hand. And so being a 5-hander, let's talk about heavy hands, right? We got easy ones like Back Alley, Haymaker, Hard Uppercut, these amazing 5 difficulty moves that instantly just become 10 damage, as well as some other cool abilities of like EX2 and Stun 2, right? EX2 on the Hard Uppercut, then the Haymaker. And then Texas Smash, although it's printed 3 damage, it gets 4 damage from itself because of the combo ability. Combo enhanced this deck is 4 damage, as well as it gets another 4 damage from Nomu. So it's a 4 high for 11 at that point. So every single move is taking chunks, huge cards out of my opponent's life points if they can't block. And so like every move threatens lethal practically. As well as some of the attacks have some pretty quick building. Things like Back Alley Haymaker says enhance, build a foundation with a printed difficulty of 0 from your discard pile. Harden Jab, building cards from the top card of your deck face down, as well as cheating cards up into your hand. And then Harden Chop saying if I have a face down, I can destroy probably a committed one and then build the top one off of my deck. So that feels very good. Of like this Harden Chop is a 4 diff, right? It's a 5. I check a 4. I commit my 1. Destroy the face down. Rebuild it back in. Feels great. 4 low for 10. 3 mid for 9, 4 mid for 10. They all hit super hard, and they're building as we're progressing our aggro plan. As well as the foundations and actions, right? Seizing the Advantage being an action that says response card pool. After you play this, flip or rival foundation, period, build this card face down. So there is plenty of your Harden Jab and Harden Chop pickups, right? I'll play my Seizing the Advantage, I'll flip your cool thing, build mine down, Harden Jab, pick mine back up, rebuild it, and then play my Seizing the Advantage again to build another one, flip another one, as well as get the 2 speed. And then Male Bonding being after I take damage from an unblocked attack, build the top card of my deck face down. Feels incredible whenever the most you can hit me for an unblocked attack is 6. Like sometimes when you fight against Nomu, and they double build Male Bonding on turn 1. They take 6, they build 2 extra foundations, and then they splat you. They just kill you on the next turn. Feels very good. And then lastly, it can't be fixed. Kind of that same idea of like poking Nomu can be bad if we've got Male Bonding out. Same thing with stun. If I stun you, this it can't be fixed is going to flip and then build an extra resource. So not only can I pick them up and do things with them with things like Harden Jab, but it's just more resources for me to string out longer as well as keep myself alive. And then the last tactic that we have is just being a 5-hander, using things like rapid punches and chivalrous competitor to offensively, I want to swing as hard and as fast as I can. So rapid punches, if it hits, it's a 5 low for 8 in our deck. I'm gonna draw a card, and then chivalrous competitor saying we flip, we both draw a card. I don't care if you have a card. What matters is that I got the card because it's 10 damage in my hand. And then lastly, just homage to my hero. Once I've got this big stage built out, response commit after I'm dealt damage from an unblocked attack, draw 1 card. So yeah, I will commit this foundation. It's only doing 6 to me. I'll take my 6 damage, I'll respond homage to my hero, and then draw a card. Well, now I get to block the next one. The scariest thing that Nomu can do against you is not throw big 10 damage moves, but block any of your moves, because it's just another attack that he doesn't have to block later on. So now let's take a look at the let's take a look back at the deck list. So a couple of things of note here when it comes to those big heavy hands. We have things like hard uppercut, back alley haymaker, Texas smash, but I also missed chop. Right, chop just wasn't on the example screen, and chop says if it is blocked, they discard an additional card, and so it's a 10 damage move that costs you 2 cards to block. Incredible inside of this character. And then we've got things like One of Nature, which at the time of recording has been banned. Things like Snack Time in order to give more stats, Quick to Act for more stats, Pull No Punches for some deadlock pressure, and even Homage to My Hero for +1 if I've built, right? And I've got things like Back Alley, Chop, Jab in order to rebuild, Season Advantage to rebuild foundations back in. Last big thing that I have here is the disruption cards of like Face Shield Learning Standards. These are Learning Standard for sure is like a staple inside of Nomu. It feels very good to take your 6 damage, pop your Learning Standards, force them to build their next card instead of keep swinging attacks at you. It could be the thing that saves your life. And then I said it before, Face Shield. The scariest thing Nomu can do against you is block, and so having a perfect block that flips your thing to cancel your combos, no momentum, no jolt, no nothing. Face Shield just feels very, very strong. I want to take a small look at the sideboard. Obviously, I haven't talked to any of these players, and so I just want to look. Sometimes Nomu doesn't get the job done, so I like the idea of the Death Arms sideboard in here. The bonus Learning the Standard. I think he's not mainboarding any Forcing Surrender, so like, he's not necessarily afraid of, Nobu's not necessarily afraid of Mineta, but it is a thing that like this is Mineta hate, as well as like another chop for really defensive, heavy defensive blocking decks, Merciless Rush for some foundation destruction, and then Karate Chop for some extra stun. I really like this sideboard lineup, because the other thing about it is the attack lineup. Chop is a mid block, Rush is a low block, and I'm pretty sure Karate Chop is a high block. And so like if you feel like your opponent is overloading or not representing specific zones, you can take out some blocks in some places and put in other blocks in others. I really like that a lot. All in all, this is a really cool deck. I like what this iteration of Earth Nomu is doing. So yeah, big shout outs again to Addison Willman from For the Win for his 16th place deck. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you check out all the others in the playlist here on the channel. With that said, you guys, thank you much for watching, and I wish you well.